Okay, so today we're going to discuss the probability questions that you'll see on a Nevada High School Proficiency exam. Specifically, questions regarding probability and the more than two events or more happening. Typically, we'll talk about maybe cards or dice or the flipping of coins. Those are the style of questions on the state exam. And tonight's objective will be, how do we calculate the compound probability of two or more events? For example, the flipping of coin, the pulling of cards, or the rolling of dice. And this would be the Nevada-based number associated with this lesson. And if we come over here, we'll see a typical question from the Stephanie Forrester book that mirrors the kinds of questions that we'll see on the exam. And it says, Michelle rolls a fair six-sided die, then tosses a fair coin 2 times. What is the probability she rolls a 4 followed by 2 tails? So the first thing we have to realize is that there are 3 events happening here. She's rolling the die, and then she's flipping the coin 2 times. So I would just generally put 3 rectangles here to indicate I know that there's 3 things that are going to happen. And then I got to find the probability of each thing, and then the overall probability is the product of that. So if she rolls a fair 6-sided die, and that's the typical die with a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6 on it, and then she flips a coin, of course it's just heads and tails on the coin, what is the probability she rolls a 4 followed by 2 tails? So we have to look at each one individually. What's the probability that she rolls a 4? And on a die we have the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, and the 6. We've all seen the dice. And there's obviously 6 sides. What's the probability she rolls a 4? Well, that would be only 1 out of the 6. So probability of rolling a 4 is 1 out of 6. And then what's the probability that she rolls 2 tails, that she flips 2 tails? Well, the chances of getting a tail when you flip a coin is 1 out of 2. There's heads and there's tails. We all know this. So 1/2 is the chances of flipping a tail on the first flip, and then again 1/2 on the second flip. The same thing for a tail. So what's the probability all 3 of these things happen? 1/6 times 1/2 times 1/2. And when we multiply fractions, we multiply the numerators across. 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. And 6 times 2 is 12. And 12 times 2 is 24. And the chances of all 3 of these things happening are 1 out of 24. We will go ahead and bubble in D in our bubble sheet. And that's probability.